If a wasp is in your car and you're driving 70 miles per hour, is the wasp flying 70 miles per hour? Someone explain this. If you're walking in a bus while it's going 70 miles per hour, are you walking 70 miles per hour? No. You are moving the same speed as the bus is, no matter if you're walking up or down the bus. Yeah, Newton's first law of motion. Yeah, but he's dead. That don't mean nothing. The earth rotates at 1000 miles per hour. Are people on the equator moving at 1000 miles per hour? And is the wasp in the car moving at 1070 miles per hour or 930? Yes. No. We are on the earth. Their flying doesn't make a difference. The air moves with the earth. Then why do cars go 50 miles per hour on regular road or something? No one is going 70 miles per hour because immediately upon noticing the wasp I completely lost my shit and proceeded to crash and die. The wasp probably flew away at general wasp speed. General wasp speed. The wasp is in the car and is in no way attached to the car because it is flying. And to avoid being bashed against the back of the car, the wasp would have to keep up with the speed of the car on. The air in the car moves at 70 miles per hour too. So the wasp can just chill in there. But Newton's third law means everything has a reaction, so if the car is going 70, he is going 70 wrong. How can you say that so confidently? It's to do with momentum. Because the car is closed and there is no air resistance, the momentum of the car is shared equally with the wasp. But that's like if you jump in a train, do you end up further down the train 'cause of how quick it's going? No, you stay in the same spot. I tried it. Nope. No, true, think about it. You're wrong. The air inside also moves at the same speed, so just like you are sitting and car is moving, the wasp is still and the air moves. So even though you, car, the air inside, and the wasp are moving all together at 70 miles per hour but in respect to each other, you are still. Also, just like you don't need to run along with the car to keep up, same applies for wasp. Sorry for the long explanation. If you read till the end. Sorry. I'm just wondering what the people in the train must have thought of someone just randomly jumping. Lol. I was with my family, it wasn't too busy. Alright, let's get you some mental help. If you're in an airplane and it's going like 500 miles per hour and you walk on it, are you going 500 miles per hour? Dumbass, you're faster than it. Like 502 miles per hour. The air moves opposite to the car. No, let's say you're moving forward, the air around you moves the opposite way. Lol, no, if you're sitting in a car, does that mean that you're running at 70? That would only be the case if the car was constantly accelerating relative to the ground. Yes, but when you say something is flying at a speed, that usually means relative to the air. No matter what is in that car, it is also going 70 miles per hour. It is moving with and in the vehicle. Yes, the wasp would be going at 70 relative to the ground. But when you say something is flying at a speed, that means relative to the air, which in this case is moving at the same speed at the wasp, and in which case the wasp is not going at 70 miles per hour. If I'm on a plane and it's flying 575 miles per hour, and I walk to the toilet, I'm walking 575 miles per hour? That is way different. Sitting on a plane and a wasp flying in the air is two different things. Then say you jump in the airplane. I tried and I definitely didn't bash the back. Believe it or not, but the gravitational pull of a person compared to a wasp is completely different. I don't know how the wasp does it, but you can't compare a person on a plane to it. You should at least feel air resistance, and if there's no air resistance, what makes you think a fly does feel resistance? It's comparable. It's really not. Are you floating flying while the plane is moving? I kind of see what you are talking about, but it's just not that comparable. Have you gone to school? Why does it matter whether I'm flying or if I'm in the air? If I jump, I'm in the air and I should be pushed back according to your theory, but that doesn't happen because there's no air resistance. If I jumped out of a plane and a wind of 300 kilometers per hour hit me, I'd be pushed back. But inside an airplane there is no wind. Yes, you are right about that. I'm just saying when you jump on a plane you will have to come back down because of gravity. But a wasp is floating flying while in the car. I'm guessing you won't fly back because of gravity and, like you said, because of air resistance. But I don't see how a wasp flying can relate to a person jumping and coming back down. If the toilet is towards the front of the plane, you'll be walking faster than 575 miles per hour. You're cool. Yes, you are. Have been thinking about this for about 5 years. In reference to the car, the bee is flying at no particular speed. In reference to the outside surroundings, the bee is moving at 70 miles per hour but not necessarily flying that fast. He doesn't have to keep up because he is in the moving object. Almost positive this has to do with velocity and friction. If there were no friction from air resistance and the bee were to be ejected out of the car, he could continue to glide at 70 miles per hour. It depends at what point of reference. If someone standing on the road, then the wasp is seen moving the car's speed, but a person in the car sees it moving at different speed. It's relativity. Yes, because if the wasp was going any slower it would hit the back windshield. Let's say this: you are riding a motorcycle at 80 miles per hour. Your body is going at 80 miles per hour. If you slam on brakes, your body will fly off at 80 miles per hour. It's Newton's first law: an object at rest will stay at rest unless a force is acted on it, and objects in motion will stay in motion unless a force is acted on it. It's the same property. The wasp is flying the same speed as the car is going due to the fact that it isn't moving forward or backwards, it's staying in one spot. So the wasp is in motion and will stay in motion unless you slam on brakes, then to the front windshield and splat. No more wasp or a very angry wasp. I got so confused reading this for some reason. It's because the air inside the car is also going 70 miles per hour, and so is the wasp. You are going 70 miles per hour faster relative to the earth, and because the wasp is in the car with you, it's doing the same. If you jump in a car, you don't fly backwards. Same as a wasp.